we have a soul, which is our souls, our reactions, and you know, a happy soul is a soul that thing. It's our thoughts, our reactions to things, and we have a spirit, which is the combination of the soul, the thinking, and the feeling combined together. It makes a spirit. So a soul is our thoughts and our feelings separated. Then when they are combined now, it makes a spirit. Yeah, that is why you hear a person say that it's just a happy soul. He's just a happy soul. It's because this person emotionally is okay. He thinks better. He's good in thinking. You know, the soul that combines the two are much better. Then we have a spirit, the combination of the thinking and the feeling. So the difference between the two is that a soul, when it leaves the body, it lives for good. It can return. And a spirit can go in and go out. So a soul, the only thing about a soul is that it consists of the thinking and how you do things as a human being. What you love, what you like, how you love to do things. That is why when a soul shifted from one body to the other, we'll say that he behaves like, but that person is no longer there. There is no way that you will find that a soul shifted from one person to the other and the person is still alive, because the soul, it can only be removed when the body dies, because it controls, or is the energy of the body. It moves the body, starting from the motherboard. It's the motherboard of the body. That's the soul. So we can have spirits in the family. We can have 10 spirits in the same family. We can find that I have a spirit, Holy Spirit, my cousin has, my sister has, my brother has, and so on and so forth. But a soul, when a person is possessed by a soul, a certain soul of a certain person, that soul cannot leave the person until the person dies. So when I hear people that they are selling their souls, when you sold your souls, you're no longer living as you. Maybe you are a machine, maybe you are a robot, but your soul, it's blocked somewhere, or it's closed somewhere, or it's somewhere. Because the moment a soul leaves your body, there's nothing can happen. And it's not easy to take someone's soul, but it's possible. Yeah, that is why we have the ditlotlwane ka Sepedi. Ditlotlwane ke di-soul tse loreng they are lost, they are caged somewhere. Yes, the same way the person lived his life is the same way that soul will want to live his life, because it's still there, but it's blocked somewhere. That's a soul. So that's the difference between a soul and a spirit. So kamaharaha a soul, you can never sell your soul and live the same life. There's no way. And the moment you lost your soul, just know the moment you fight for your soul to get back to you, you die. The moment they give you back your soul, if you sold your soul, now you are living as a robot, or you are living as a foreign person, or you are living as a soul of another person that was rich. Maybe you are selling your soul and they're giving a soul of a person who's rich. We will know you, or you'll know a person who sold a soul, or you know a person who shifted a soul by the behavior. How the person behaves, how the person talks, how the person moves, and certain things. There's a difference in that thing. If a person loves to eat pap, he no longer loves to eat pap, but he loves to eat rice. And then you ask yourself, how this person, why this much of change Look at the person who died. That person lived inside of the person, so he sold a soul. He did a spiritual, a soul shift. It's called a soul shifting. So when they are soul shifting, maybe the person's spirit is powerful, but the soul is not. So at the end of the day, he moves the soul from one place to the other, so that he's shifting the souls, and he lives in a strong body. That's what they do, most people, if they want to become powerful, they want to become rich, and so on and so on. So a spirit can be blocked. A spirit can be moved away from you. Yes, 100% possible. Moya omokgethwa, a Holy Spirit, any type of a spirit, as long as it's a spirit but not a soul, can be moved away from you. But then, if I have a soul of my grandfather's soul, no one can take it. But if I have a spirit, with any type of spirit, can be taken away from me. Someone can block my spirit. But if I have a soul of my grandfather, say that ke phela le ba ba hwileng, ke ngwana badimo, ke ngwana wa baromiwa, no one can take that thing away from me. Yes, they can block it, but I will find a way to open it. It's mine, it's all over there. But if you have a spirit, or if you are possessed by a certain spirit, it can be taken away from you. Funny enough, for good, some they fight it and they get it back, some because a soul, a spirit, everyone who lives in this world can have a spirit. So nowadays people but if you look at them, their souls or their grandparents' souls is not within them. So, but then bayatwasa. And some it's possible for them to prophesy, some it's possible for them to see things, some it's possible for them to, heal people, but because they are possessed by certain spirits, so they make them be possessed by those spirits, so that those spirits, it's the one talking to them. But when you have a soul, you will understand further than the person who's having a spirit. If o rwele ke bokoko le botatemogolo ba ko heno ba tlile ko wena ka di-soul tsa bona, moya wa bona o ba o hwileng, then because moya a o shwe o dula in a certain environment, he moya o etla ko wena, it's much powerful than having possessed by a spirit. So at the end of the day, people need to understand that, am I possessed by a soul, or am I possessed by a spirit? Do I have a soul, or do I have a spirit? Which one of the two do you have? Because these two can go line in line, but they are not the same. That is why it's easy to teach a person to control a spirit. To control a spirit, you need to combine your thinking with your feeling and combine the two. Then you are able to control a spirit. Any type of spirit that you have. Just connect your feeling and your thinking together, and you are able to connect and be able to control a spirit. But a soul, that is why sina amabai, people are wearing clothes, people are wearing, they say that you must wear jars, you are green enough to wear like this. It's because the soul of the person lives in you, and now you need to, make it happy, make it, somehow to enjoy being in you. So that soul of that person, because the person, you have to live by the way that person loved life to be. You have to eat the same food that he was eating, and you will enjoy them. You will love things that he loved. You will love things that she enjoys, And people who are looking at you, who knows that person, that will be like, you behave like your uncle. He behaves more like his uncle, this one. He behaves more like his father. Sometimes it's visiting, sometimes it stays. So it depends on who you are. Sometimes when you have a soul, it stays within you every day. Sometimes it visits, and then you will find that you are visited by different ancestors. This today is this, tomorrow is that. So that is why I find it very funny to say that rest in peace. Rest in peace. The person is not dead, is resting. so the spirit can waken up. That is why maybe the book of Matthew chapter 5 says that something like that. Maybe it's that. Let's see and let's vera. In my book, I'll be quoting verses about teaching of these things. Now I don't have time to quote verses. I'm just saying things of spirituality. But in the book that I'm writing, I'll be quoting verses. I'll be telling you where to look for what I'm talking about in the Bible. The same Bible that they say they use it to colonize us is the same Bible I'm gonna be using to teach us most things. I'm killing the enemy using their own weapon. Yeah, I know my information is very dangerous and I can be in danger, but it's funny for me because I live in my own planet. People live in their own planet. Earth is not my planet. I don't know where I'm from, but because the information is just too much in me, I researched about it. So at the end of the day, when you have a spirit, okay, fine. When they say that you are a spiritual person, I will advise you to go and understand the foundation of your parents, your grandparents, your soul first. Understand your soul first. Maybe you'll find that you are possessed by a certain soul, or you have a certain soul of a certain person who lived in your family. If not, understand your own soul. Understand how your soul, understand yourself. Make an understanding of the soul. So the reason why I forever tell people that before you will say that, Mina, I want to understand the spirit that I have. Maybe the water spirit, the mountain spirit, the prayer warrior spirits, and other sort of spirits that you may have in your life. You have millions, maybe Mandau spirits, Nzonza spirit, whatever type of a spirit that you think that you may have or you may have. Before you can go there, so that you can have power over the spirit, so that the spirits may not make a decision about your life and make you do things that are out of your way, or make you even kill people, or make you possessed about certain things, or make you do mistakes. Because people who are having spirits, but they are not supposed to, but they do several things, but they are not supposed to do that. They make mistakes in the journey. But then, if you are a spiritual, make sure that you understand your soul first before you can understand the spirit. So at the end of the day, make an understanding of who you are. Make an understanding of who you are. Your thinking, your thoughts. Remember, I said that a soul is the thoughts and the emotions. So make an understanding of your thinking before you can connect them. Understand your thinking, understand it to the core, and learn about your emotions to the core. Then later, you can connect the two to your spirit. But then at the end of the day, understand it. Make an understanding, understand it. And believe me, most people, or I will say that 60% of people who are trying to understand themselves, they found that they have a grandparent or they have an ancestor that is within them. Then they understand that ancestor more, and now when the spirit comes, the spirit can't control, they control the spirit. So it's possible to control your spirit. Yes, it is. If you control your soul, it's possible to control your spirit. A spirit will tell you to go to the waters, and at the waters there, because you don't have a soul that is backup in you, you find that they have millions of spirits, different types in the water, or 70. I've encountered with 11 so far in the waters. We have different types of spirits. So those spirits, when they get there, if you don't know what you're doing there, you can be possessed by a foreign spirit again and again and again and again, and it leads you to do different things each and every day, or even kill you at the rivers, or even you die there. It happens. But then, if you understand the soul, you have a backbone of a soul, you command the spirits, you will tell the spirits what to do. I found it very funny because certain pastors, they will want to command a spirit using another spirit. not their souls. They will tell you, leave this body. They are telling the spirit. But if you look how they are doing that, yeah, they are using another spirit. So it's a spiritual fight. Spirits are fighting. What about the soul of the person? So if you are having a soul as a backbone, or you are having yourself as a backbone, there is no spirit that can command yours. And you won't make any mistake. And you'll become more powerful than anyone else. No one can come to you and lie to you. No one can come to you and tell you what to do, because you are feeding your soul. Let me go further and talk about the soul. A soul, it needs to have control of your thinking and the energies in you. So, when you are possessed by the soul of a grandparent, you need to look what you are eating. There are certain foods that you need to have the energy for the soul that you are having. You need to, control the soul. You need to be in power of your own body. You need to be able to control it. You need your soul to be there in everything that you are having. Always when I record, people are calling me. It needs to move freely in your body, because it needs to control everything in your body. The energies, the blood, the DNA, and everything. It is the DNA of your body. It's the everything. So there are certain food that when you eat them, they blocks the soul to move freely into your body. It blocks them. It blocks the soul. Maybe it needs to move into your legs, but there's a blockage because of the food that you eat. Because when you eat food, certain food or certain drinks, they move to your DNA, they move within the blood. So it blocks due to that. It blocks the soul to move freely. That is why a person who's having a spirit or talking about the spirit will be surprised when you tell the person that, I'm not supposed to eat 1, 2, 3 because I'm feeding my soul, or I'm feeding more. You understand? So when you are feeding a soul, because you are allowing the soul to move freely in your body, there are certain food that you are not supposed to eat until the energy can control anything in your body. Even your leg, even your fingers, your toes, your hair, anything in your body, the soul needs to be there. And if you are having a spirit, you won't understand this thing. Why people are supposed not to eat this, why people are supposed to eat this and that. But then it's because they need to feed the soul and connect to the soul, to every part of it. From the head. So we need to connect that thing. That is why we are feeding our souls, and we must be careful what you feed your soul. Then at the end of the day, a spirit, it's another thing. So what if that you have a soul and you have a foreign spirit, or you are possessed by a foreign spirit, and your soul of a foreign grandparent or your grandpastor or someone doesn't love the commands of the spirit? It fights. It fights. It fights. Let me say that my soul doesn't love blood, or blood disturbs my soul to move in my body, to evaporate in my body. And there's a spirit that possessed me, says to me, I need blood. I need you to, So what's going to happen? It's either because the soul is in me, is going to fight me. So people need to look and watch what do they do in their lives. So be careful what you feed your soul, and be careful what you feed your spirit. Because even though there are souls that are bad. Yes, you can be possessed by a soul which is bad. You need to be careful what your souls ask you to feed. We have vampires today in our country, South Africa. Believe me, they feed in blood. They enjoy killing. Those souls, they are souls that are just standing in the roads to kill people. There are souls that possessing people each and every day in our country to kill people with guns, shootings, and so on and so forth. And this thing, if you don't look and if you don't watch, is going to grow. Give it less than 3 years. We're going to see people killing each other like nothing, and you will find that people are dead, 80 of them, in a certain environment. Yes, because people are being possessed by fucking idiot souls or fucking souls. So these souls are not just good souls, and some they are being possessed by spirits, bad spirits. So our country can be in danger. And I'm looking at it this way and I'm saying, God, where are you? You'll find us living like zombies. We're going to feed in blood of a human being. You'll find people are eating people. Believe me, 3 years to come, if you don't pray, if you don't put first, you're going to find people that there's weird things to happen. And these spirits are going to go there and find what we love the most, alcohol. And they're going to get into the alcohol. When you drink the alcohol, there's something bad to happen to a person who's drinking alcohol. This is what's happening. This is what's coming upon us. So what do we do? What are we doing to protect this thing? We are trying to pray. And I hope God hear us. I hope our good souls hear us and help us. Our forefathers, our grandparents hear us and help us in this fight before that thing happens. Because if Batsana go Arabiala, believe me, I believe it's going to be the end of us. But there's something that is possible to stop it, even if it happens. But let's pray for now. Before they say that prevention is like a cure, is like prevention. So let's prevent it. Cure is like prevention. Let's prevent it before we'll say that we are seeking a cure now. But this is what's keeping it. This is what's coming in our country. Let's God heal our country and bless us. God bless you.